Okay, so another 5-mark question here. We're going to go through it and model the answer for you. So I suggest you write down notes and write down my modelling. Then I'm going to give you one to try on your own, and then we'll mark it together. So, question. There are 2 rectangles below with equal area. That bit's important, that the area is equal. Which has the largest perimeter? So I've got a question here that's about both area and perimeter, and they are rectangles. So the first thing I need to know, the formula for area of a rectangle. Well, we know that's base times height. So the area of A is 4x times 2.5, when the area of B is 2x minus 3 all multiplied by 7. Now, if I simplify this, 4x times 2.5, well, 4 times 2.5 is 10, so that gets me 10x. If I simplify this one, I've got 7 times 2x minus 3. So what I'm actually doing there is expanding a single bracket. So I could do it, write it out in the grid. 2x minus 3, all multiplied by 7. So I've got 7 times 2x, which is 14x. 7 times minus 3, which is minus 21. So when I expand that, I've got 14x minus 21. Now, back at the question, we highlighted the fact that those areas are equal. So I can now form an equation. I know that 10x is equal to 14x minus 21. Next step I need to do, I want to solve it. Because I'm trying to work out the value of x so that I can see which has the largest perimeter. So, first thing I'm going to do, I think I'm going to add 21 to both sides because that's currently a negative. So I've got 10x plus 21 equals 14x. Okay, so my next step is to subtract 10x from both sides. So I'm left with 21 equals 14x minus 10x is 4x. So 21 is equal to 4x. So in order to work out x, I'm going to divide by 4. I'm going to divide both sides by 4. So 21 divided by 4 is 5.25. Now I could have used a calculator for that. It's a calculator paper. 21 divided by 4, 5.25. Now, in order to carry on from this, I need to decide which has the largest perimeter. So I'm going to substitute my value of x back into these original values, so to work out the lengths. So 4x. So here I've got 4 times 5.25. Okay, now we know 4x is 21 from this, so I know that that length's 21, that length's 21, and that length must be 2.5. So to work out the perimeter of A, I'm going to add those 4 things together. So 21, add 21, add 2.5, add 2.5, okay? So that gets me 47. So the perimeter of A is 47 centimetres, okay? And that's not squared because it's just a length. Perimeter of B, I'm going to substitute 5.25 back into this as well. So I've got 2 times 5.25 minus 3 there. So 2 times 5.25 minus the 3 gets me 7.5. So that length is 7.5. That length is 7.5, with these two both being 7. So the perimeter here is 7.5 plus 7.5 plus 7 plus 7. So I'm going to type that in, which is 29 centimetres. So the largest perimeter is A, and I'm going to write that down at the bottom. Largest perimeter is A, and I'm going to just specify that actually A is 47 and B is 29. So it's clear to the examiner exactly what values I've got. So what I'd like you to do, I'm going to put a very similar question on. I'd like for you to pause the video and attempt that question. Then we're going to go through it together. Okay, now that you've gone through that question, we're going to go through where the marks would come from and what marks you would get. You can mark it yourself. So below our two rectangles, again with equal area, we're looking for the one with the largest perimeter. So I'm going to do the area of A, call it A, so area of A equals 6A times by 1.5. Now when I do that calculation, I get 9A. Area of B, again, I'm doing base times height, so 3 times 4A minus 3. Now I can expand that. So I've got 3 times 4A, which is 12A, 3 times minus 3, which is minus 9. So my area of B is 12A minus 9. Again, it's telling me that the two rectangles have equal area, so I can now form an equation that's going to help me to work out the value of A and therefore the perimeter. So I know that 9A, because it's the area of A, is equal to 12A minus 9. And if I'm going to solve that, first thing I'm going to do is plus 9 to both sides, so that gets it a positive. So I've got 9A plus 9 is equal to 12A. So then the next thing I'm going to minus 9A from both sides. So I've got 9 is equal to 3A. Now in order to work out the value of 1A, I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So A is 3 in this question. Now again, I need to work out the perimeter, so I'm going to go back up to that original question, back up to those shapes, and use the diagram to help me. So if A is 3, 6A would be 6 times 3, which is 18. So that length's 18, that length's 18, and both of the heights are 1.5. Again, A is 3, so 4 times 3, minus 3, so 4 times 3 is 12, minus 3 is 9, so the height there is 9, the height there is 9, and then both of those, so the width must be 3 here. So if I want the perimeter of A, I'm going to do 18 plus 18 plus 1.5 plus 1.5. So I can type that in just for ease. 39. Again, centimetres because it's a length rather than an area. Perimeter of B, 9 add 9 add 3 add 3. Well, I know that that's 24 centimetres. So again in this example, the largest perimeter is A. Okay, now where do the marks come from? So first mark comes from having both of 9A and 12A minus 9. So 1 mark for those. Okay, your second mark is for forming an equation. So if you have this line, you get your second mark. Your third mark comes from trying to do something with it. So if you've got these bits in blue here, you get the third mark. The fourth mark is for finding that A is 3 and substituting it back in. And then your fifth mark is for having 39, 24 and showing that it's A. So there we've got total out of 5.